So again, the guys who get stuck, Milton, hamstrings, quadriceps, girdle, you work with these folks on, right?
Well, certainly to be able to do that, you got to have some physical.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
To maintain that spinal alignment, you got to have enough core body strength.
That's exactly right.
You got to have flexibility in your hip to rotate.
You got to have at least 75 degrees of flexion to transition in posture, which means your hamstrings have got to be flexible enough. You know, your abductors and adductor muscles need to be flexible and strong enough. Yeah. Your inner leg muscles need to be twice as strong as your outer leg muscles, which tends to be not true for most people, but that's what you really need to transition in posture. Not to get set up in posture, but when you transition, when the forces of the swing start working, you know, your inner thigh muscles have to be a lot stronger. And most people don't ever work on that, right? They don't do anything. Work on that. There's a muscle that, in your opinion, needs to be the strongest? Probably the transverse abdominal muscles. It's the most neglected one and the one that needs to be.
Lower abs, transverse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Frontal part of your body there. Mm-hmm. Well, it's a transverse abdominal muscle is a wall that underlines the other ones, right? And again, it goes from top to bottom. So especially the lower, especially the lower part of it. The stronger it is, the easier it is to transition that tailbone to posture. Make sure that you're rotating in posture. If they're weak, if that muscle is weak, you want to come under. I mean, people stand like this, right, Milton, when their transverse abdominal muscles are weak, and of course you have to have other, things are tight and stuff, but they tend to go like this a lot. Yeah, and then if they're tighter in the back, then they tend to stand like this a lot, right? That hurts me to do that now. Yeah, that hurts me, And so when your transverse abdominal muscles are better, your primary and secondary tilt automatically gets better, even without thinking about it, doesn't it? That's very, very important.
What is the exercise to strengthen that?
The lower abs.
Well, he does. They have you lay on the ground. Yeah, they have you lay on the ground first because you might not be strong enough to do all the other stuff. But so from here, you got to pull your lower back flat on the ground.
The back,
and then just start walking. Right. If you can do this, 100 times easily, then lift both legs.
Right.
Without, see how that's arching?
Keeping your lower back on the ground.
You got to keep the lower back flat. So then you can lift both. When you're good at that, then you can stick one leg out at a time. Right. Most people, when they stick it out, do this, right? They arch instead of keeping it there. Then eventually you can work to both legs, and then you can do your leg lifts.
Because you can see if a person's swinging and if this gives out, the spine angle is going to change. Right?
Yeah. As soon as this comes under, the spine angle stands up.
So that's right.
But those are, for most people aren't that easy. It's funny because they tested my abdominals when I went into them, and my abdominal muscles were so strong. I mean, I get on the free motion machine in the gym, and I get in my posture, and I grab that sucker and I rotate like this, and I do it at 5 different angles. My abdominal muscles are strong, but it's easy to stick my belly out because my transverse abdominal muscles aren't tight. Before I got hurt, I could stick it out, and I was sort of jealous of the guys that could. And when I realized that all those 4 years of sitting around and doing nothing, got my transverse abdominal muscles weak, and I could do Bill Cosby really well. Then I thought, well, that's cool, but it's not that cool. He's on a surfboard every day. He can't stick it out like that. But that's really, I think, if there's one, get that one down first.